This is Ignite English, and find your English voice.
You call customer service. A robot voice says, "Press 1 for English." You press 1.
And then a real person picks up, talking fast, using words you've never heard, account number, reference ID. Hold the line.
Your heart starts beating a little faster. Your palms get sweaty. Your brain freezes before you've even said hello.
It's a universal feeling, but today we're giving you the tools to handle it. 5 simple phrases for exactly this: customer service, deliveries, doctor's offices, any call where you're the one asking for help.
I'm Max.
And I'm Elena, and this is Ignite English.
Last time we covered general phone calls. Today we are tackling the specific hell of customer service and official calls. Let's get started.
Okay, problem number 1. The call connects, you hear, "How can I help you?" and you just don't know how to start. You feel the pressure to explain everything perfectly in one long sentence.
Right. And that's where the panic starts. So here's your first phrase. It's your opener, your key to the conversation. Just say, "Hi, I'm calling about," and then state the topic in the simplest words you can.
Exactly. "Hi, I'm calling about my order," or "Hi, I'm calling about my internet connection." You don't need the full, complicated story yet.
That one phrase does the entire job of an introduction. It tells them which department you probably need, and more importantly, it buys you a second to breathe while they process it.
Mm-hmm. And remember to say it slowly and clearly. It's perfectly fine if the rest of the sentence is simple. "Hi, I'm calling about my order. It hasn't arrived." That's all they need to get started.
Okay, that brings us to the second, and maybe the biggest, problem. The person on the other end starts talking really fast. They're using jargon, asking for account numbers, reference codes.
And your brain just hears a blur of sound. It's so easy to get lost. So here is your lifeline phrase. "Sorry, can you repeat the number slowly?"
This is so much better than saying, "Sorry, I don't understand." That can stop the conversation cold. This keeps it moving forward. You're not saying you don't understand the idea, just that you need them to slow down on a specific piece of information.
Right. And here's a bonus move. After they repeat it, you repeat it back to them. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 2, 8. Confirming numbers is completely normal, even for native speakers. Nobody trusts their hearing for a string of numbers over a bad phone line.
Totally. Doing that also buys you an extra 5 seconds to process what you heard and think about your next question. It gives you back control.
Okay, third situation. You need to explain what's wrong, but you're frantically searching your brain for the exact English vocabulary for it, and it's just not there.
Don't search for the perfect word. It's a trap. Instead, use this incredibly useful general purpose phrase. It's not working the way it should.
That's it. So simple, but it covers almost anything. A broken item, a late delivery, a phone app that's crashing, a bill that looks wrong.
My new headphones, it's not working the way it should. Or, my internet, it's not working the way it should. It's simple, general, and will be understood instantly.
Then, and this is the important part, you let them ask the follow-up questions. Is there no sound? Is the connection dropping? Answering a specific question is always easier than trying to form the perfect explanation from zero.
Exactly. You're not describing a problem from scratch. You're just reacting to their questions. It takes so much of the mental load off your shoulders.
All right, our fourth situation. They've asked you for a piece of information, and you need a second. Maybe you have to find a document, check an email, or just take a moment to think.
And you feel that pressure to be fast. Don't rush. Just say these three magic words. One moment, please.
3 simple words, universally understood, used by native speakers constantly. It sounds professional and polite. Nobody will rush you after you say that.
It's kind of like the phrase we talked about last episode. Let me think. But this version is built specifically for phone calls, when you need physical time to do something, not just thinking time.
Mm-hmm. Looking for your passport ID? Checking a date on a calendar? One moment, please, gives you all the room you need without any stress.
And our last one. The call is finished, your problem is solved, but you're not sure how to hang up politely without sounding abrupt.
Thank you, that's everything I needed.
It's so clear, warm, and final. It signals that the conversation is over from your side without just saying bye and hanging up.
And what if you didn't get what you needed? What if the problem isn't solved?
There's a great alternative for that. Thank you. I'll call back if I need anything else. It has the same warmth, but it politely says this conversation is over for now.
So there you have it. 5 phrases. 1 for opening, 1 for slowing them down, 1 for explaining a problem, 1 for buying time, and 1 for ending the call. Every single part of the call is covered.
And that brings us to today's challenge. Before your next real call to customer service, a doctor's office, anything, write down just one of these 5 phrases on a sticky note.
Yes, put it on your desk or your computer monitor. Have it right there in front of you. You can read it if you need to. There is no rule that says you have to remember it perfectly under pressure.
The goal here isn't memory. It's about having a tool ready so your brain doesn't go blank in that critical moment.
If phone calls have been that one thing you always avoid, delaying the call or maybe asking a friend or partner to make it for you, that can end today.
You now have the exact words for the entire call, from start to finish.
So save this episode. Listen to it again before your next important call.
Next week, we're talking about what to do when you completely blank out mid-conversation and need to recover gracefully without switching to your own language.
Subscribe so you don't miss it.
And tell us in the comments, which part of a phone call scares you the most? Starting it, understanding them, or just ending it?
We'll see you next week.